"It's a black tie gala, Beau. Fancy schmancy," said Sheyenne, my beautiful ghost girlfriend. She hovered in front of me and fussed over my appearance like an obsessive-compulsive undertaker. "You can't wear this old sport jacket with bullet holes all over the front." With zombie-stiff fingers, I brushed at the lumpy black threads where the holes had been clumsily stitched up. "It's what I always wear." "Not for special occasions." Sheyenne was gorgeous in a phantasmagorical evening gown with sapphire sequins, manifested to perfectly fit her curves. "I don't have a black tie either," I pointed out. "A tie feels like a noose around my neck." "You've never had a noose around your neck, so how would you know?" She drifted around me, checking my appearance. "And we need to do something about the bullet hole in your forehead. I have embalming putty in my desk drawer. Let's make tonight special." We were in the offices of Chambeaux and Dyer Investigations, getting ready for the swanky reception at Howard Phillips Publishing. The event was a duty dance for our clients, but as a zombie, I've done very little dancing. It doesn't turn out well when I try. With a poltergeist nudge, Sheyenne opened the side door of the receptionist desk and pulled out a jar of Mortician's putty. She let it hover in front of me until I took it from her insubstantial grip. "For you, Spooky, I will even do without the hole in my head." She gave me a seductive smile that would have made my heart melt, if my heart still functioned, and then she added in an enticing tone, "There'll be hors d'oeuvres." "Maybe little cocktail hot dogs," said a dangerously cheerful voice, "with blood ketchup, my favorite." Alvina, a spunky 10-year-old vampire girl, bounded across the office. She bubbled with more joyful energy than I'd ever possessed, even when I was alive. "I like playing dress-up. This doesn't suck at all." My half-daughter wore a teal blouse with sparkly crystals on the front and a loose chiffon skirt over a silky underskirt. Her blonde hair was in pigtails, and her hopeful grin displayed pointed white fangs. I knew I had to make the best of the situation. "I still have the dark suit I was buried in. I could wear that. It's been dry cleaned and all the dirt stains removed." A few years ago, after a case went sour and I got shot in a dark alley, I was buried in the Green Lawn Cemetery. But thanks to the magic released in the Big Uneasy, I clawed my way up through 6 feet of dirt and went right back to work. Back from the dead and back on the case. And since then, Chambeaux and Dyer has had a string of satisfied clients. "You can look pretty snappy when you want to, Beau," Sheyenne glowed. "You always keep yourself well preserved." "Yay!" Alvina ran to the closet in my office and pulled out the dark suit hanging there, still wrapped in its plastic dry-cleaning bag. The little vampire girl had only recently come to stay with us in the Unnatural Quarter, abandoned by her sour-tempered mother, Rhonda, who couldn't deal with the fact that her child now had fangs. I harbored doubts that Rhonda herself was human, but that's a different matter. We had history. We call Alvina my half-daughter because we aren't entirely sure whether I'm her father or if it's my best human friend, Officer Toby McGoohan. We both hooked up with Rhonda at about the same time. Call it simultaneous temporary insanity, from which we fortunately both recovered. The poor kid became a vampire through an inept blood transfusion after a skateboarding accident. Because vampire blood made permanent changes to DNA, paternity tests were no longer valid. So Magoo and I could never know the real answer. Alvina was a bright and cheery presence, and we all took care of her. Alvina would come with us to the book launch gala, since Magoo was working tonight. I shrugged out of my usual bullet-riddled sport jacket and donned the formal suit, while Poltergeist Sheyenne whipped and swirled the tie around my neck, expertly tying a neat Oxford knot, a skill I had never mastered. "I don't know what I'd do without you,"